What's up, guys? Killer back here with another Empires of Puzzle video, and today we're gonna go over my top 10 four-star heroes of 2019. Recently got inspired to do this video because a lot of people have been asking on stream, and then we had the um, four-star tournament event today with no reds. And I was like, people have been asking, they're always like, yo, what's your top 5? Who's the best 4 stars? And who you like the best? And so, like, I figured we would start somewhere here. So first I was like, let me go to season 2 because I always do videos in season 1. I was like, what's half of 27? 13.5. 13.5. This is the stage we're going to do. We're going to do it on normal because no, I'm not giving y'all that. But I figured we'd go over my top 10 4-star heroes and as to reason why. And I think a lot of these 10 heroes come into usage. I don't necessarily think my top 5 or my top 10, my top 10 are necessarily the best of the 4 stars, but are the ones you see in the most use and more practicality with team synergy and team makeup. For top 5, my first 5 are going to be Wilbur at number 1, Proteus at number 2, Buddy at number 3, Cat at number 4, and Hansel at number 5. Now, the biggest outlier on this one is going to be Cat. A lot of people either do or don't have Cat or hate him and love him. Cat goes to my 4 spot because of his uniqueness and what he does for the whole board and team. Yellows get a defensive down, poison for a lot of turns, and the shuffling of the board. Shuffling of the board is so crucial when it goes in your favor. Now, he's a gambler hero based off his special, but his special does hit all with the poison. He's a tad bit squishy if you're first getting him, but his tech working as a sorcerer makes him a little bit better than I think everybody else. His sorcerer tech will do mana down to 50% for 2 turns. That is crucial because it applies to his special and I think also his tile damage. And so while the poison is up, he technically can be doing, I believe, a mana down the whole time. And that kind of jolts him up a lot in my ladder. As far as everybody else, they're in the 4 stars. It doesn't really, their class really, to me, it's not as effective as Cat's is for everybody else. Some of the guys in my other 5, which is the bottom of the 5, I guess 6 through 10, their classes might be a little bit better, but for sure in the top 5, Cats is the best class, and as far as like the best, it goes with his special. So Wilbur again, number 1, Proteus number 2, Buddy number 3, Cat at number 4, and Hansel at number 5. Wilbur just does it all: defensive down, share all; defensive up, share all. Somewhat of a dispeller of defensive down. He's awesome for that matter. Proteus has moved up. Proteus is definitely, I won't put him at number 1 because I don't think he's as survivable as Wilbur is. Wilbur's survivable in all areas of the stages. So like Wilbur will last at stage 1 all the way till the boss, versus Proteus is really boss driven or raid driven or titan driven. Wilbur is kind of all around and all that stuff. That's why I think Wilbur's got a little more equity in him. To me, he's the number 1 4-star as far as like what's going on. Proteus, on the other hand, everything else but like middle stages. Proteus does a great job with the silence. His poison actually it's harder than Cat's. Him being a, I want to say it's a cleric, right? No, not a cleric. Him being a wizard class. I mean, that's great, but like adding a bonus damage to a special or making a special better. 5% to deal 15% extra damage per each attack buff. I mean, I don't see that benefiting him. That's right. It's different. I don't see it benefiting him. Like a Gwen. Yeah, but like him, it just doesn't do as well because like he's not really buffing himself, So I don't know. Proteus's class isn't as great. Wilbur is pretty good because he'll resist, defensive down stuff, but it's kind of an offensive downs, but it's kind of a bias. You're not bringing Wilbur for his defensive down or his offense. You're bringing him for survivability. Buddy, he does a little bit of damage, but mainly you're having him for so much tech he's offering. He hits. Defensive down, offensive down, and minions. It's 4-1. It's tough to beat the 4-1. Wilbur is probably the only other 4-1 from the 4 stars. Cat's close. He's a 3-1, and Proteus is close with a 2-1. If he had damage making, or excuse me, his 2-1 is really strong, but it's not what Wilbur and Buddy do. Hansel is another one that's close. He's a 3-1. Hansel offers damage. He offers a mind control, which actually I guess is a bonus because when it goes off, it does damage to them as well. And he buffs himself for against specials. I guess you could consider Hansel a 4-1. I guess that would be like a 3.5 for one because his dot technically has 2 parts of it. I feel like Hansel is probably like one of the most clutch 4 stars I use all the time. If I'm not using Hansel, Wilbur, if I'm not using Wilbur and Proteus, I'm always using Hansel. And then, Buddy too. I use Buddy a lot too. Cat is definitely a little more special there, but his tech is so good. I think he's better than the other 5. Now let's go to them. So in 6 through 10, I'm going to go with Merlin. I'm going to go with Guardian Jackal, Guardian Falcon. I'm going to go with Krill and Bolt Tusk. I believe that Krill and Bolt Tusk actually jump up a spot here in the bottom 2 because of their healing and the fact that they're the first couple of heroes you get, but they're relevant throughout the game. Bolt Tusk will be one of those heroes that his fighting ability is actually really good class for him. You have a resurrecting healer, and as soon as he resurrects, if his special's up, he heals. So like it just brings him back in the game. Like, and if you can get him up, a 20 emblemed Bold Tusk is ridiculous. Like I can't stand them. Krill, he's great. I can't nothing wrong with getting a little health, defense, and offense up. He's probably, to me, he's a better healer than Bold Tusk. Less stats, less long. For instance, it's only 3 terms, and his healing's less. But the fact that he's a 3-1 puts him a little bit above Bold Tusk for me. Falcon is key for offense as far as like on Green Titans and then Green Heroes. His defensive down to red shield is clutch. I love the fact that it hits 3. Him being a paladin works really well with him too because you can kind of center him up. I don't believe his stats dictate as much. I mean, 1100 is not bad, but we have a couple of 1300 guys like Buddy and Jabbar. But it's not bad, but it helps out with him. If you do put talents in him, make sure you go down the defensive and health tree because you're not bringing Falcon for him to do the damage. You're bringing Falcon for other heroes to do the damage. Jackal's above Falcon for the simple fact he's very fast. He goes off so often. It's just worth to have him at all times. Talents in him are worth. He's squishy, but when he goes off, it sets up pretty much a one-shot for June. For Ravnier, sets up a one-shot. Almost for Drake. Drake's kind of finicky there, but it does offer way more damage to all your yellows. Merlin at the 6th spot. Merlin to me is very squishy, but the way he works is awesome. His special will actually get rid of the mana after the enemy team uses the special. Hansel's will give him 50% back. Like he'll be still at mid. So Merlin is better, but Hansel's faster. So I like Merlin down here. Merlin is technically a 2.5 in 1, I guess you could say. Let me make sure about that. Yeah, because he like deals damage, more damage for the mana they have. So if they have more mana, he of course hits harder, which I really haven't seen that being very effective. I don't see Merlin. Merlin's not the one that I'm like, use Merlin when they're almost full. That's not how I use Merlin. And then Madness is, of course, lasts 3 turns. So as soon as they get full, they hit themselves or hit a target. He's technically, I guess that's technically 3-1. The tech is 3-1, but to me it's like 2.5 because nobody's sitting there going, I wonder if he's at full mana before I use Merlin's special. But it does add more damage to him, so that's great. He is a tad bit squishy. The reason he's in the 6th spot because when he does go off, he's much more clutch than a lot of these guys for survivability. But I feel like Hansel's way more survivable. These guys are in steady rotation, especially if you're a Titan hitter and stuff like that. Now, I have in the slideshow two bonus guys. I've got Wukong and I've got Regard. I feel like Regard possibly could go up higher, and I feel like Wukong can go up higher. Because if you don't have Tarlok, you don't have Ravnir, if you don't have Mickey, um, you're using Wukong. Wukong is your gambler to boost those stats up. He's kind of a rare one of a kind. Yeah, people are like, I don't use Wukong anymore, but you did. And like if you're sitting there at a new account and you've got Wukong, you're like, I don't know what this guy does or why he's any good. Get him maxed. He's definitely essential to getting past harder boards if you don't have the harder hitting team. Regard is just good across the board. Dispel to your team is very rare. Now that we have Gilray in the game, she's only 3-star that can do it, but prior to Gilray, it was Regard, and Regard's kind of unique on his own. They have since added his tech to other people, Zimkaitha, I guess, Ariel, and most of these people are 5-stars. So that lets you know that Dispel to the team is such a good tech that only 5-stars have it in Gilray. I don't believe any other 4-stars have Dispel the team. They'll remove buffs from you. Like Krill will be kind of the Regard, but Regard does just a base. He removes all stats elements like dots, defense, offense, and sometimes random stuff. I believe that Merlin's debuff and Hansel's debuff is dispellable by Regard. Yeah, if not mistaken. Let's get into some of these fights and let's figure these guys out. I guess we'll go with this team first. This team might actually be better than the other one. They have heals, so see if I can actually survive. But there's no green. It's no green, so there you go. And oh, that'd have been good for setup for something else. Let's see here. If I get waxed, you know, I get waxed. I didn't set these team up. I was thinking 13.5 would be a good level to try to showcase some of the specials and then some of the things these guys are capable of doing. I don't have anything going to that guy. Let me see here. Let's do that. Do that and get Jackal right back up. And see, this is where Bold Tusk is just like, he'll boost. We might be able to do that and see what happens. Should be dead. Yeah, done. And yep, getting closer. Blue on blue. Problem there. I believe this poison is gonna have I'm gonna have a really hard time with the other team because they're not gonna hit hard enough or heal. They're not gonna heal enough to withstand it. So I might go to like 13-6 or something like that. But as you can see, like just mad buffs you're gonna use all the time. Jackal goes off all the time. This is why he's so. This is the only that's one of the main things. He might not hit everybody, but Jackal going off as soon as possible is always setting up for something. Like for instance, there we go. If I had the yellows, he was ready to go. He was ready to go. Ooh, look at that greens. It's a 5. Yeah, this is definitely the better board for this team. I'm glad I went this team first. Let's get these all out the way. Do we got anything? I don't see anything. Let's do this. Let's do that. So what you'd want to do in this situation, you clearly hit Krill first, and then you hit Bold Tusk to get the bigger damage with the attack up. Go Falcon next. Falcon's going to lay fire to everybody. Too bad I don't have any red set up. That's okay though. Guess we'll go ahead and use a Merlin. Not that he's going to do much. And see, like in this situation, like Merlin's not doing much because his damage is based off of, how much mana. Well, these guys don't have any mana versus where Hansel has like a base damage. It's a tiny bit better. It's not much better than Merlin's, but it's a tiny bit better. It hits harder and it hits all the time and consistent. So we'll go ahead and hit the Jackal there. I have totally forget playing this stage. I haven't played this stage since it came out. The Falcon's bust just wore off. Just in time, huh? Let's see here. And of course I don't have too much of a stack. I've got double reds. I'm running 2-2-1-1. I guess that is. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's do this. Yup. And that works. Don't use all my stuff. There we go. Alright, going forward. Again, we'll go ahead and hit the buff. Boom, boom, boom. light everybody up, and light everybody up. And see, Jackal's already back up because he had his his very fast. Like, and that's why I got Jackal a little bit higher again. Just goes off all the time. Goes off all the time. Now, who's the key? Who's the all-star right there? I had to say Falcon. He lit everybody up. He got him red, ready to go. Let's go ahead and pop Falcon. We're gonna wait on Bold Tusk. I'm gonna go ahead and pop all these blues off. Then I'm gonna go ahead and hit the Madness Mind Control. Boom, boom. Get both of those up. See if we can't go ahead and get her using her special. Yup, and then of course she hits somebody else. And see how it's still ready to go? Great. Great shape there. Pop it one more time. I think that should be them. It should be done. Yeah. Maybe we can get through it with the other team. I believe the other team just has a little bit better synergy than this one does. But the double heal definitely helped. Not a big deal there. Let's hit the replay. Let's try it. You know, whatever. I believe in this team. Let's see. I got some healing pots. Why not, right? Oh, definitely the green will help. So we got double green this time, and I got double purple. So that might actually make it go a little bit faster because I'm hitting that much harder. But then I've got my yellow, and I've got my yellow, and I guess my blue is useless. So, and this is where like a cat right here, if you had emblems in them, it's a possible chance that these guys all get their mana down a little bit. But yeah, so they're dotting already. I mean, I guess I could change them back around. Let me get rid of this blue. No yellows, of course. Need to get that green rolling, but no bueno yet. And we're slowly getting ate by all of this poison. The nice thing about that, though, is that I've got Wilbur, so hopefully Wilbur, once I pop his buff, which I'm not going to do quite yet, because I think I can get out of here. So this is what you want to do right here. So now I got Wilbur up. Hit Wilbur. I'm actually going to pop Proteus instead to get that dot going. I'm going to use the diamond, get Wilbur back up. Wilbur should mitigate against some of that poison. I didn't see too much of it. We'll rock the purple. It hasn't been the best board for green. I mean, I've got a lot of green on there. I just haven't really been using it. And we'll do that to get them out of there. And so we're in good shape. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. All right. Let's go ahead and hit that again. This is kind of interesting because clearly Wilbur's defense is better, but I've got Buddy up. Now, granted, I'm going to go ahead and use it because I got to showcase everybody's talent right here. We've got it down, and so it went down to 20 or 34, which is not bad, not bad. I'm not mad about that. Would have rather had the 44 up. Probably could have used Buddy first, but Buddy hits harder with that. I'm gonna go ahead and use Hansel right here. As you can see, a base damage, but they shared, so it's all good. We might be able to get out of here. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. No heals on this team. We'll see. See what happens. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. We got a nice green set up for the diamond right there, and that should end a lot of people. There we go. So now we're going on to the boss. And so it's nice because like I got the boss already up with both her minions, right? Proteus is ready to go. So clearly, I can use Proteus. Like use Proteus, silence them. So now instead of Mitsuko getting like all this mana back from me popping this diamond, she won't get a thing. She won't get a thing. And I can go ahead and pop Buddy. And yep, I think I want to do that. Yep, I think I want to do that. Yep, there we go. And as you can see, we've got Buddy ready to go. She's not quite, yeah, she's out of silence right now, which is no big deal. Not going to use Hansel because I really want her to go ahead and do what she's going to do, which is get some mana up. Maybe not that much mana, but see like where I've got Buddy's just wore off, Wilbur's comes up, and we can go ahead and pop the Hansel. Hansel's ready to go. No blues going into her, no big deal. Now she hurts herself with it. I'm in good shape. Do that, get my purple back up, get my green back up, and all she can do is just, she's stunned the whole time. Great combination right there. Um, Actually happy I got through. I thought the poison was going to be more effective, but I think Wilbur mitigated it. Guys, that's my top 10 4-star videos of 2019. Don't kill me if I forgot your favorite hero. Again, Regard and Wukong are probably on there somewhere. You could probably replace, I'd say, Cat and maybe even Bold Tusk with Regard and Wukong. Either way, how you put it, because Wukong saves a lot of people's lives. Saves a lot of people's lives because you get in harder stages. Wukong is kind of essential when you don't have hitters. Like you could have healers and Wukong, and as long as you keep Wukong alive, he eventually will kill the board because he's so strong. If you ran, I don't know, Regard, Melindor, uh, Bull Tusk, in Krill, and Wukong, I know that's a rainbow, but you probably can beat the final stage with that if you can keep the heals going. Um, and that's another thing too. With that, you can always add mats. So if you had axes, mana, and I don't know, healing for some reason if you needed it, that would work too. Guys, till next time, this is the 4-star top 10 4-star video 2019 from Killa Killa. Hope this helps some of you guys. I will probably do a rare video next because I happen to have all the rares max recently. Um, Happy about that because now I can actually show you guys all of them if I wanted to. We might just do a review of all of them instead of me just doing top 10 or something like that. Might just break it down. But Killa Killa out. Peace.